Hello, Facebook. Tonight, I have myself and doing, I guess, amazing because I'm alive. Anyway, today is Friday, November the 5th. And for all Scorpios, happy birthday. Amazing month for Scorpios. The vibrations of, I guess, what spiritualists would say the universe are upon us because people know Scorpios have some, well, different vibes or powers. I don't know. I don't have any powers. But my topic today is food. I know a lot of us like to eat. I don't know. Some people might not like to eat. It happens. My thing is, I changed my my diet many, many, many times, and I know what I like. I know what I don't like, and I just like food. Food is amazing. Just create. If you're alone, cook for yourself. Because when you start cooking for yourself, then you start experimenting, and then the experimenting take your mind off the depression. And baking, I found helps with anxiety. I found that out by accident. I was having a panic attack. Didn't have any gabapentin. I didn't have any weed because I use weed for anxiety. And I was having a slight, not a one of those major, just shaking panic attacks. I was having a little panic attack, and I noticed a cake mix that someone had left here for me to cook, and I never cooked. So I said, "All right, I'm going to bake," and I had a sweet tooth. So I started baking, and I started creating, and just made the I made the cake taste amazing. And but when I started cooking, I noticed while I started adding new ingredients, I noticed that each new ingredient I added, I forgot about my anxiety. And I got to the point where I thought about it. I was like, I'm not anxious anymore. And it was pretty fast. It was put the cake mix in a bowl and started adding things. The first new thing I added stopped my anxiety. So I guess I don't know moral or ironic. I don't know. I'm not a professional, but the new things we add in our lives will change our lives, will help with our depression and anxiety levels, as long as the new things are good. I mean, you don't want to go add 2, 3 cups of granulated sugar to a cake mix because then the new things you're adding are going to be going to give you diabetes. So, but just the new things and drinks also. My favorite drink, again, my nieces and I this past summer we go to Wendy's a lot because, well, that mango pineapple lemonade. Oh my god, I love lemonade. But I had to change it, and I still get one every now and then. But I had to limit how many I drink. 'Cause I was drinking them every day, at least 2, 3 times a day, and it's lemonade, but sugar level, my blood sugar levels went up, and then I had another thing to be anxious about, another concern. But that concern took my mind off what gave me the depression. So I focused on an area I knew I could control and forgot about the area I couldn't control. So then I thought about it later on that night, or every time I would go home, I would think about it, and I was like, all right. I was like, I just drink all this now, and I stopped drinking, and then I thought about what made me depressed, and but I wasn't depressed about what I was depressed about. I was thinking, I said, okay, I can control this, but I can't control this. I was like, this made me depressed. This person made me depressed. That person made me depressed. But I can't control how they treat me. I can control how I act towards them. So that's when I started learning. I can't worry about how people treated me. All I can do is how I perceive my actions towards understanding their actions or their words or their whatever. They're ignoring me or whatever. And I'm gonna plug again 105.7 from Delilah show because music. It's the music. I used to listen to a lot of newer pop music. I like the newer pop music. I like the beats and I like the artists. I like music. I like a lot of music. I know a lot of it is sexual, but a lot of it I didn't. I listened to the lyrics, but I wouldn't pay attention to the lyrics. I would just use the their their tracks or their beats to help me heal because the bass for me bass helped me heal my body because the vibrations when I sat on my couch I would turn the bass up and my speakers my neighbors probably hated me but oh well and I would turn my stereo really loud. I love music and I would sit on my couch and it was like a massage chair. I did the same thing with my friend. He was we were rolling I was helping him move and my back hurt. I couldn't feel my legs. I could barely walk, but I was still helping him move. He was worse off than I was. So he put a song on because he listened to a lot of old school rap and new school rap, and he put on the song "Rolling in the Deep," and he turned he turned his bass all the way up. I just leaned my head back, and the seat just vibrated. That's it all. So yeah, it's the bass. That's how I healed myself. Music, and music is also my path. So when I put the two together, I was like, okay, I got to do music. That's why I knew music heals myself. So thinking about music took my mind off my depression. It's another way I heal myself. But it all started with my food choices and my limiting my drink choices and my alcoholic choices. I first time in my life I ordered wine. I don't drink wine. I don't. But it was good. Ordered 6 bottles of wine and I probably should have read the label or asked somebody, but I drank a little bit. I had one glass and had a good buzz. And I didn't know wine was 14% alcohol. I don't drink wine. It took me a while to drink it, but I learned how to pace myself, limit myself. Now I don't mind drinking a beer with a burger. I know I hope to God Red Robin is not being my birthday burger because I'm going to go get me a beer and a burger at Red Robin. But I'm not trying to plug all these places, people. But hey, free burger's good and hamburgers. I love hamburgers. I don't eat them a lot. I don't eat a lot of red meat. I just change my diet. But once in a while it's okay. Like tonight, I plan on making some house music, and I plan on drinking a few beers and not get crazy. But I know how to limit myself now because I won't buy the beer IPAs that I used to because they're high alcohol content, and I learned 'cause I used to be able to just drink 2 beers for dinner. But now I don't even I don't know. It's not even about drinking right now. It's about just the taste. Um, I know I could probably buy non-alcoholic beer, and I don't know. I've never tried it. I'll have to try it one day. But what I have learned is I put ice in my drinks now. I don't. I'm not trying to be a big tough guy. I don't drink liquor anymore. Um, if I have a drink and mixed drinks, I don't know. I don't even care if I do it or if I don't. I don't even care if I drink beer anymore. I know tonight I'm going to drink. I'm going to buy a can of. I'm not going to. I don't know because my nephew introduced me to Four Locals and kind of local drinking them. But I don't know. But I I I drink small glasses of beer, one or two. I know if I drink more than two glasses of beer, I know what it'll do to me. So I don't. I try not to pass. I try not to do that. but I also used alcohol as a way of falling asleep or passing out, and it's not healthy. So I don't know if I like later if I think I say, well, I'm gonna drink some beer and get a little buzz on, I won't buy beer. I'll go to Wendy's and give me a lemonade. But see, I know that mindset. I'm able to catch myself like that, and when we all get to that point, we're better individuals and we understand our hearts and we understand our minds. We understand why people hurt us because it that phrase, it's not me, it's you, or it's not you, it's me. They both make sense. I mean, sometimes it was me that hurt the other individual by drinking, or sometimes it was the other individual that hurt me, and I drank. Either way, I know what my faults are. I know what makes me trigger. I know the words people. I've learned. Taught myself the triggering mechanisms of other people, many other people, because they try. Even Facebook. Those Facebook ads, a lot of them are trigger mechanisms. So if you go on Facebook and you start getting depressed because you see an ad, the simple ads, because they hide that shit. They hide it. They hide those subliminal messages, and I catch them all. I do. I listen to them, but I nowadays they can't affect me nowadays. The only person that really affects me is that Lila from that 105.7 because I cry when they play when I hear all those emotional things. I do cry. But it's a good vent. It's a good cry because I am remembering. 'Cause I don't want to ever forget. I don't because all my past memories are what made me heal or what made me the person I am today. So, but we can't just we can't heal remembering. We got to get to the point of where we are able to remember, and not. I'm at the point where I don't. I try not. I block any negative memories, and I instantly say no. I don't want to think about that. But then I also say all the happy memories from any relationship, any situation I was in. I remember the happy, and it brings me happiness because that's where my happiness started. All those loving situations from my past. That's that's how we start healing ourselves. And I remember, playing basketball, with my kids or at the park when I was younger, or just exercise, wrestling, football. Exercise made me happy, and it I'm not gonna say my age, but I am not old, but my body takes a lot longer to heal nowadays, but it does heal. And when I'm at the point where my body is healed, watch out world, because what's the phrase? Here I come. Okay, well anyway, exercise and my food intake, my drink consumption, and then you know we got to find out. One thing is talking. If you don't have anybody to talk to, we always have one person to talk to. Whatever your spirituality, whatever your religion, whatever your mindset, we always have that one person to talk to, and that's whatever our our spirituality, religion, whatever it is, always one. Because I mean, not always one, but people don't understand the their higher being that they people think about, whatever. But you talk out loud. Just don't answer yourself. If you answer yourself, then no, no, no. But talk, pray. Me is prayer. I love prayer. I pray all the time, and prayers are answered. I know prayers. I'm proof that prayers are answered. I'm on a podcast, people. I don't have confidence like that, but you know who does? My God. I ask for my God's confidence all the time. I did have confidence like this. I had before, but it took me a long time to get to this level. And last year, I was not. I had confidence last year. It was just I wasn't ready for relationships, and I really didn't want to ruin any. I didn't want to ruin anybody's life. I really didn't, and that's how much love I had in my heart back then. And I just I learned to not control my baggage, but I learned to heal my baggage, get rid of my baggage. I don't like I don't like the word get rid of. That's get rid of as a negative. Heal. I healed my baggage because my next relationship, I don't want the woman that I married be to having. She can hear about my baggage, but she doesn't have to be part of it because that baggage is negative. Any of the baggage is negative. Anything that brought me depression was negative. That was purposely directed towards me to cause me depression was negative. And my my future wife is not gonna be part of that. I will protect my future wife from any of that, and that's how much God's confidence has in me. Whether it be physically, spiritually, whatever, it's, I'm that guy. And but it took me 4 years to get to this level again. I was at this level before, but just I let the world and the negativity, and I'm not really gonna say the evil because I don't know. I was never really addicted to anything. I mean, people say I was an alcoholic, but I don't know my definition of alcoholic. I had a drinking problem. Yeah, about an alcoholic. I could I didn't need a drink every day. I used alcohol for being a muscle relaxer, which is an excuse. I understand, but it helped. Um, but when we learn about ourselves, we we learn to trust people. We got to trust ourselves because when we trust ourselves, and we are able to find the one person that a friend. I know I had a friend a long time ago. It's not really a long time ago, and hey, this that's the kind of if I have one friend, the kind of friend I'm not gonna say her name, but it's the kind of friend I have because when I meet a friend like I had like her back then, when when I meet this woman and we are friends like we were, I had friendship with this woman. This I don't want to say I don't want to single anybody out. I don't want to say it's just more of a general type of a term. I I know what I want. See, it's another thing. Being able to heal yourself from depression, it motivates you to move to a higher level. Level yourself up because if you level yourself up, and the people that support you, you level yourself up. People around you that truly support you, that really support you, not talk behind your back, love you in the face, talk behind your back. There's a lot of people like that. I have a lot of people like that in my life. I do. But you know what? You gotta love them, forgive them, and love them. Don't hate them. Still, I mean, you can be around them and you can't be around them. I mean, it's in. I'm gonna use a music metaphor. Life is an orchestra, and you're the conductor. You choose your bandmates. You choose your percussion people. You choose your woodwind instruments. You choose your percussionists. You are in charge of your orchestra. You're a conductor. You're up there with the wand, waving the wand. It's your life. Don't let someone else make you depressed. And I know it's harder said than done. I know, but it's possible. The word impossible, impossible. I'm not saying impossible. I'm saying impossible. Everything with God is possible. Like for me, um, the religion I grew up with had a lot of saints, and people say pray to the saints. I said I can't pray to the saints. I can ask for saints help, but I can't pray to saints. because there's only one person I pray to, and that's God. I can acknowledge saints and all their wonderful things that they did, but I can't pray to them. And regardless of what people think, we do have angels or entities or whatever spiritual people that do protect us. They do. They are there. They are here. They're there. They're around. And the people that have survived suicide have seen them. They have seen them. They might be the counselor that helped. They might be the doctor that didn't prescribe the medication, or that that looked at you and gave you that little word that said for you to move, the steps to take to move forward, or it could be the friend that that gave you that hug, that shared a vibe that just awoke something in you and just made you heal. It just it, angels are on this earth, or positive entities. There's also negative entities, but not around me. But just remember, we are not alone in this world, especially us people of depression. I say us because I don't get depressed anymore. I get sad, but there's a difference. I know I don't get depressed, because if I got depressed, I'd be depressed. I get sad that I get hurt, or my back hurts, or when I listen to songs, or when I watch romantic movies. I even change the movies I watch. I don't watch horror movies. I watch some comedies. Me, knowing what I want in my life, my future, knowing my that I'm in the present, not in the past. My present and going moving towards my future is romance. It's about the heart, about love, about God. It's about beauty, the beautiful things in the world. My life is going to be good. I already know that. I am blessed. But if we if we understand just things, we got to learn about ourselves, not what other people perceive us or tell us what we are or whatever. I've been called all kinds of names, been told I wasn't enough or whatever, by some certain people that want to now come back in my life, but I will welcome all of them back in my life. But at the same time, I'm loving from a distance. I mean, we don't have to prove ourselves. We don't have to prove our value to anybody but God and ourselves. We got to prove that we are enough. When once a person says that they are enough to themselves, and they can be enough for God. And if we're enough for God, we're enough for the world. And once the world sees we're enough, is when we get the support from the angels, when we get the support from the positive people, the people like Delilah, giving the shows. She's an angel. She's helping people. See, just I keep plugging them because I'm listening to her right now. I'm sorry. But anyway, just we got to remember, we are more than what we think. We are not hopeless. We are not unloving people. We are worthy of love. A person's ex-boyfriend and person's ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, ex whatever, they can say whatever they want. But who really chose who? Did we choose them, or did they choose us? I mean, the majority of the people with depression, most of them are some sort of spiritualist or religious, and we are the answer to people's prayers. They just didn't realize. I'm not saying I'm an angel. I am saying that I know that God put me on this earth to help people and to follow my dreams and to show people love, show people how to love. I've been able to. I've had a heart like this since I was. Well, not like this, but I say my past heart, because my heart stopped, it that was my past life. And the new heart, it's better than the last one. I don't, but at the same time, I guard it. I do. I don't build walls. I don't have walls built up. I don't have to have walls built up. That evil doesn't come around here anymore. I won't let it. God won't let it. Protected by angels, people. It's one thing the devil doesn't want us to understand, and he stops people with messages like mine, especially helping people, because he doesn't want us to find our true purpose, to find our true hearts. Because once we find our true hearts and we start showing love, it's not just our love we're showing; it's God's love, or their their higher beings love, whatever people believe. It's just, and that's what they're trying to stop. I say them because not getting political. No. Okay. Well, anyway, just we got to understand we are enough. We are. Look, I'm not smiling, but look, we are enough. We can do this. And if you feel lonely, don't when when you're just starting your healing process, do not listen to Delilah station. Oh my God, do not. That'll push depression even more. Put on some upbeat music, put on some house music and dance. Yeah, house music or club music. Try to stay away from negative messages. Negative. I'm not saying different types of music. I'm saying negative messages. There's rap songs with negative messages. There's rap songs with good messages. There's R&B songs with negative messages. R&B songs with positive messages. Heavy metal songs with good messages. Heavy metal songs with bad messages. If a group I used to listen to when I listened to I think they're metal. They're a Christian band called Striper. Very very good. I listen to them. I like their music, but they're just different. I listen to all kinds of different music. I mean, I like Metallica. I like I like all kinds of different. I like all kinds of different music. I like John B. I like Levert. I like all kinds. George was it George Grover? No, Grover Washington Jr. I like his song. One of his songs I used to try to play on saxophone. It, and just different music. The music it will help us, but you have to get to the level of where you can control and not get triggered by sad songs or people's messages, giving dedication stuff. You got to be able, you got to understand because you got to put it in your mind that one day you want to be the person calling and giving a dedication to a future wife or a future boyfriend or a future whatever you guys are doing. I don't know. But in order to get that to that point, you gotta heal your heart. You gotta open the heart. You gotta break the walls. It's hard. You gotta break the walls. It took me 4 years to completely have my heart open, and it's an amazing feeling. Once we, I say love a lot because I'm a loving person. That's all I have in my heart. I'm not called. I guess I'm called an asshole because I don't want to hear negative messages. That's my choice. I'd rather hear loving messages. If I don't have to be around negative messages, I don't want to hear it. But at the same time, still be around people. Just let them know. Say, I don't want to hear it. I'll hear. I'll just talk about change the subject. Demo. Talk about something else. Bring up. Start conversations. And I don't know. I don't know. My mind went blank. That's what music does to me. I'm hearing music. I'm trying to talk and listen to this lovely music at the same time. I start thinking. I start thinking because I know what I want. And just I hear these lovely voices, these wonderful singers, and that's my goal. I want to be one of those loving singers. I want to look in. I want to be able to look in a woman's eyes and sing to her, and you know, let her experience the love that I really never got to show them before. Never had a chance. But that's a different video. that's a totally different video. I never. But see, I I don't know. Music gets me passionate about different things, different types of music. Like in a little bit, I'm gonna make me some house music, and I'm gonna make me a house mix. I don't know if I'm gonna do just instrumentals or what. But see, goals, goals. Gotta set goals. Another thing I promote goals. Not only setting goals, but completing goals. Start simple. Don't set a goal. So I want to be a millionaire in a month. No, don't set goals like that. Not yet. Not yet. It takes time. I know my goals are amazing, but see, just we could all get to this level. It's not hard. It isn't. I mean, listen, listen to your therapist. Listen to your doctor, and ask questions. Ask them why they want you to do this. Ask them why they want you to do that. You got to ask the questions. Because if you don't ask the questions and just go along with what they say, then you'll never know the answer, and you'll have side effects. And this, you got to ask the questions. Because I mean, I'm not saying that some of the people need to be in, that don't people don't need to be on pills. People do need. I'm not saying that. I'm saying ask questions. I did every single time I went into a mental facility. I asked questions, not just of the doctors, but of their technicians, and I asked questions of the patients, and just love yourself enough to want to change, because inevitably it is change. It is we there is no way of healing yourself unless you're willing to change, and it's gonna hurt. I'm not gonna I am not gonna say it won't hurt. It hurts. It really hurts. It does. I mean, it hurt enough to make us think about suicide, right? All right. It hurts, but it's worth it being alive. It is. It is. I don't feel shame for what I did, because if I hadn't done what I did, I wouldn't know what I know now. God allowed me the chance of drinking a lot. That's my free will. I chose to drink a lot. God allowed me to do that. He didn't step in but he did. Some people told me, I just didn't listen. So I found out the hard way that alcohol is my not my strong suit. But we got to learn to limit what we do, limit what we say, limit what we. I won't limit what I preach. I won't do it. Limit what I say. I don't know. Some things are better left unsaid. Let people say what they say and just not say anything, unless you are getting harmed. Then speak up. The truth will set you free, no matter what. Matter if a person is going after you, or a few people are going after you, or a system's going after you. It don't matter. Say the truth. Truth will set you free, because God will make these people tell why they did the things that they did to you, and then forgive them. Always forgive them. If if a woman is in a relationship and a man is mean to her, forgive him. Leave. If a man's in a relationship and a woman is not just mean, but I mean just if they're causing purposely causing depression, gaslighting. If these people are a narcissist, and yes, they're I witnessed and met a lot of them. I not only read up, watching videos, and doing the reading, found out some narcissists will even look into being narcissists. I'm just saying from experience. And that experience is on the internet, because once people search the internet, they can never take it away, no matter how hard they try. I know. I'm not ashamed of what I've looked. I mean, but I don't know. I'm one of those people, the guys, all the guys out there. If if the guy is not a player, then listen to this message. Those messages you're getting from all these half naked women and everything, just Unsubscribe from all the dating sites, the porn sites. Unsubscribe from that shit. You don't need it. What you need is to, if you want to meet the women, walk out the door. God opens the doors for certain reasons. But I mean, I know talking to women is a little different as long as you don't talk sexual. I know I have, but I mean, my relationship was over, so it was wrong for me to do it. I apologize, but you know, it was a way of me coping with my depression, and that's not a way women don't let guys talk to you sexual and when you're depressed. No, guys don't let women talk to you sexual when you're depressed. It could lead to a lot of different things. It could lead to STDs or kids or just I'm not gonna say baggage, but it could lead to just like other emotions that'll make you think about the relationship that you're messing up that you want to kill yourself about. You see, all our actions, we all have free will. Just your free will should be positive choice. I know I wasn't. I'm not gonna say not. I wasn't a I, I had a lot of mixed emotions. I tried to do good and been treated bad, so I did wrong things. Whatever. It's it, it's the past. But I'm using my past and well, I used my past. It's my past, my past. I used my past to heal, and I took every situation, every relationship that I was in, all the friends I had, and I looked at all of them, and I looked at the advice I took from them, and a lot of them, you they're some of their advice was good, but some of their advice I questioned because I mean, when we take advice from people, we got to look at the situation. I mean, is the person that's giving us advice? I mean, do they have their life together? Do they have their shit together? Do they have their mentality together? Are they helping people, or do they just do other people just help people and then turn around and then are bad to their spouse or bad to their boyfriend and girlfriend? See, we gotta when we open our heart and we knock the walls down, we allow people to enter our hearts, and we can feel when they're they're directing negative energy towards us, and we automatically don't build walls. Our heart automatically blocks it. It's I mean it's what an open heart is. And I thank God for that because if I hadn't had that in my whole life, then I would have been dead many years ago. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I was a teenager, I tried to cut myself. I did because I didn't like the world. It's ugly. It was, and but I'm glad I didn't. I had people. I had friends that told me, that you kick my ass if I tried it again. And I wasn't afraid of them. It just and then he said he's like you're better than that shit. He's like, and then like, he told me, and then he was also an old school DJ, and he pushed me, and he told me, he's like, just keep going with your music, just keep going with your music, and I did, and then but yeah, just we just gotta choose who we want to be around with. I mean, gotta eventually get to the point where we want to know what we want in life, and if we want a loving, lasting relationship with a man or a woman, whoever's listening to this message. But just, I mean, if a guy's listening to the message, you want a woman, whatever. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, okay, just we have to get a hold of our hearts. We can't let other people have our hearts. We can't. We can offer our hearts. People can accept our hearts, but we got to be the first ones to heal our hearts. No one else can heal our own hearts but ourselves. It's not going to come from a relationship. It's not going to come from a doctor. It's not going to come from a pill. It's not going to come from weed or alcohol. It's not. If we don't heal our own hearts, no one will. And we'll have a life of misery and depression, anxiety. I've seen it. A lot of people are miserable. I mean, there's a lot, guys, there are a lot of lonely women out there that have been hurt, that are sitting there with, watching these sad movies, listen to Delilah. Step up, be to heal your heart. The woman needs you. They need a loving guy. And I know people with depression are loving people. There are a few, they're not many, but there are a few that aren't. But there's, and then I'm saying the same thing, ladies. You guys got to heal the heart, because there's there's good guys and there's bad guys. There's good women. There's bad women. I know people say that ladies want bad guys. Let them have them. How many people are in this world? Yeah, I know it hurts. Whatever, it hurts. It does. But I mean, all you can do is try. You heal your heart. First thing, you gotta start taking the steps to heal your own heart. It is so much worth it. It is. It allowed me to help other people, allowed me to make my dreams come true. It's an amazing journey. My next step is San Diego, or hold on, wait, West San Diego, and I don't, I don't know when or where I have to go. 'Cause that's where I want to make. I want to go back to the ocean and make a music video. That was my last trip. I was going to make a music video, and it didn't happen. It wasn't time. But just if we don't if we don't open our hearts, the walls will never break down. I mean, people can break the walls down, but people can't heal our hearts. They can't. No matter how hard we try. They can break the walls, but they can't heal the heart. Heal the heart comes with ourselves. And there's only one way to heal our hearts. That's to love ourselves. And the steps start today. Love all you guys. Remember, love all you guys. You all got a piece of my heart. Bless you all. Love you.